In an era where earphones are practically glued to our ears for hours on end, streaming music, podcasts, calls, and videos, a hidden health crisis is brewing among youngsters. Could your daily habits be harming your ears for life? Welcome to Second Opinion, where experts speak first. Several reports show prolonged high-volume use is putting the 18 to 35 age group of youngsters at severe risk of irreversible noise-induced hearing loss. The World Health Organization reports that over 1 billion adolescents and young adults aged 12 to 35 worldwide could be at risk of hearing loss from exposure to unsafe listening practices via earphones and similar devices. In India, experts note a worrying trend. 41% of teenagers already show signs of hearing damage from earphone use. Noise-induced hearing loss occurs when loud sounds damage the delicate hair cells in the inner ear, which don't regenerate. Common early signs include persistent ringing in the ear, sounds seeming muffled, and struggling to hear conversations, especially in background noise. But how exactly do earphones cause this? Prolonged exposure to sound over 85 decibels, common with high-volume listening, overworks and damages the inner ear sensory hair cells, leading to irreversible loss. Many don't seek timely help, delaying treatment and worsening outcomes. The signs are often ignored, but they signal potential permanent damage. Long-term noise-induced hearing loss can lead to social isolation, depression, cognitive decline, and reduced work productivity.
Every second person you encounter in the road, you can see, some or other form of earphones they are using. Is it safe to use earphones? Yes and no. Yes is if you use it in an appropriate way. No is if you use very loud volumes. See, I'll put it in a very simple way. The permissible loudness recommended is 85 decibel. Beyond 85 decibel, when you hear sounds for a period of time, you are destined to get hearing loss, noise-induced hearing loss, which will affect the higher frequencies. Now, 85 decibel sound means in the traffic, if you stand, if 4 or 5 people honk together, it is easily 100 decibel. So just imagine, if you are in the traffic signal, when people around are honking continuously, you are at high risk of developing noise-induced hearing loss. So, if you use earphones, you have to use earphones which has got noise filter. There are a lot of earphones which comes with a fantastic technology which cuts off the external sounds. So you can listen to the music whatever you are hearing in a normal volumes. The other problem, if you don't have that noise cancellation facility in your earphones, what you're going to do is you're going to increase the volume of the earphones to balance the outside environment noise.
There has been a surge in noise-induced hearing loss over the last decade, especially among youngsters, driven by increased earphone use, longer listening times, higher volumes, and ubiquity of smartphones and streaming. In India, prolonged earphone habits in the 18 to 35 years of age group are a major factor, with cases linked to daily commutes, workouts, and entertainment. Contributing elements include a lack of awareness, no built-in volume limits on devices, and exposure to other noises like traffic or concerts.
Nowadays, in our young population, especially 12 to 35 years of age, there is increasing tendency of noise-induced hearing loss. So once this damage happens, this is permanent. So we cannot reverse it back. So nowadays we can see it may be due to work exposure, or it may be a recreational noise use. So recreational means continuous exposure to music or podcast or other sorts of social medias. Everybody is continuously for 3-4 hours continuous streaming is happening. So this causes slow gradual hearing loss. and it's sometimes work related. That also, especially in IT professionals, they have long phone calls like Zoom meetings, conference meetings. All those things gradually causes small amount of hearing loss, and over the years, it will manifest as a hearing loss which needs some other type of intervention. And initial stages, patient may not be aware about the hearing loss. So once we do the hearing test, we can see 4,000 Hz. There is a dip in hearing. So that means it is a noise-induced hearing loss. Once we understand our hearing loss is there is some deficiency, then we have to take care, like to prevent further damage.
In practical terms, hearing loss affects the quality of life profoundly, from communication barriers to higher risk of mental health issues like anxiety and isolation. And it even impacts your career advancement.
People who work in blast industries where there is sudden explosion of the blast, they are more prone for acoustic trauma, and they also will be having inner ear damage due to noise exposure. So constant exposure of the noise and sudden exposure of the noise of more than the permissible levels, they are more prone for noise and hearing loss. This has been happening over the past so many years following the industrial revolutions, where industries were more developed, and people started working in industries and started having these problems. Nowadays, with the increased use of electronic devices, with the increased use of mobile phones and the other accessories, our people who are not working in industries are also more prone for noise-induced hearing loss. Constant usage of the mobile phones, though not researched and published, but I would say we have more youngsters coming with high frequency hearing loss. They are not able to hear the minute sounds of high frequency, so they are having face difficulty in hearing also. And also, this consequent to the noise in the hearing loss, they also have started having tinnitus, the ringing sensation in the ears, which also is creating problems for them psychologically also, as it is disturbing their sleep.
Beyond everyday earphone use, certain professions face heightened risk of noise-related hearing loss. Construction workers, factory operators, musicians, pilots, farmers, and military personnel, where exposure to machinery, tools, or loud environment is constant.
So, I always suggest that first we have to avoid exposure to the loud noise, number one. If at all we have to get exposed, we have to protect the ears with the help of ear muffs or ear plugs and other devices. Mobile phones are very, very important tools for the society. They are very much friendly devices which help us get connected with the world over in the same place where you are residing. At the same time, when properly used, the mobile phones definitely will fetch us the expected benefits and prevent the damages.
There is a wonderful innovation called high frequency noise filter, which if you use on either side, you will not hear all those high frequency noises. You will listen only to the sounds which is needed, mandated for normal conversation. So you can go for that.
The good news? It's preventable. Follow WHO guidelines, keep volumes under 80 decibels for no more than 40 hours a week, or use the 60-60 rule, which means 60% max volume for 60 minutes a day. Opt for noise-cancelling earphones, take breaks, and get regular hearing checks. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, such as muffled hearing or other signs, don't wait. Consult an ENT specialist early to protect your hearing. That's all for this episode of Second Opinion.